This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster and William Martin. Now, on to the show. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening? Welcome, my friends, to the show never ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Ipicco.
I'm Pat McDonald.
I'm Truman in a car. And this is episode 295, Kaku and the Gang.
Yeah.
How much longer is it going to be Kaku and the Gang?
Well, I think his gang is his wackadoo agent.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, gang of thieves. Thieves meaning one guy.
All right, you know what? I had this farther down because I wanted to get like the easy stuff out of the way. But let's talk about this now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Push that to the top of the show.
I don't know why I didn't have to the top of the show. Anyway.
Yeah.
So apparently, Kaku Watch was only part 1 last year. Now it's part 2.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did anybody start a Kaku Watch 2019 hashtag? I want to know this. But
probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, regardless, rumored to be going to Club America. Original transfer fee rumored to be around $6.5 to $7 million. Now rumored to be around $12 million. His agent decided to go off in the media recently. And when I say go off, that is a complete understatement because he used literal comparisons to Hitler in talking about how Kaku was being treated.
When in doubt, always go with the Hitler comparison.
Yeah, he went with a Martin Luther King quote saying, don't forget everything Hitler did with something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Always good, yeah.
This guy's a fucking knob.
Yeah. You know, that being said, Kaku has also since spoken to, I think it was ESPN Mexico or something, about how he also wants to leave. So that is where we're at.
And the article I read said that the Red Bulls, when they signed Kaku last year, would only get 80% of his song, and was it Higuain, where he came from, would get the other 20. So, you know,
Huracan or whatever.
Yeah, so upping the transfer fee actually benefits the Red Bulls because they would keep more of it.
Right. Just smart. It's like, you know what? You want him? We only had him for here. Fuck it. Fuck you. Give us more money.
It's like we're gonna make it because we paid $6 million for him last year. We're gonna make a profit on this bitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, that's what they should do. But you know, I think we're at a point now where Kaku has publicly stated what he wants to do. He doesn't want to stay in New York anymore. Who knows why? Maybe it's because he was moved out of his 10 role kind of towards the end of the season. I mean, dropped back a bit more. Maybe he's worried about his stats that will, you know, as we all know, those stats earn money. It's complicated.
They double off.
Yeah, I mean, it's very complicated because, you know, it's the Red Bulls have no replacement for him. And as we know from the news, they're not looking for a fucking replacement for him. They're not looking for anything.
No.
So it's... You know, it's one of those things, but I mean, at the same time, if a guy doesn't want to be here and he says he wants to be close to his family, I don't know why his family can't come to the United States. But if, I don't know, what do you do?
This could have been addressed at the end of the season.
Yes.
Not when the players are entering training camp and you don't have plans to sign a guy. And I can half understand that with the Red Bulls, like they weren't planning on going in and getting another central attacking midfielder because they thought they had their guy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they signed Rashonsky, right?
Yeah, I mean he's an Adams replacement. He's not a Kaku replacement.
Yeah.
No, he's not. But I mean, I guess bringing back the Wu Tang is the only thing they have going on right now.
Yeah. We're just going to rant about the offseason altogether. We're just getting this all out of the way now.
Might as well.
All right, so this fucking front office has got to get its head on straight. If they want to win an MLS Cup, they are not going to do it with Alex Mouille and Florian Velo at right wing. They're not going to do it if one of their DPs leaves. They have a designated player spot left, if two, if they let Kaku leave. They've had a hole at right wing for 3 fucking years, and they flamed out in the MLS Cup once again to a team full of superstars. They cannot stand pat once again. And look at your attendance, Red Bulls. It dropped 3,000 on average last year. That was I believe, a 12-some-odd% drop. That drop was the 3rd worst in the league, behind Chicago, that had a fucking horrible season, and Columbus, who was under the threat of relocation the whole season. That's what you compare to attendance-wise. And it is only going to get worse if you keep neglecting the roster. If you keep showing fans you don't care. All you see this team is a feeder for your European side. That is it. And it's getting frustrating. I am so freaking happy I bought season tickets last year. Let me tell you.
Yeah, same. Super pumped, with this season now just going into this enormous mark. Because it really is. They've just, I don't know, they've kind of stood pat. There's no real talk of anyone coming in. Now you have only talk of one of your DPs going out. Why would fans get excited for this year? I was kind of excited at the end of last year, thought it'd be stable, but now things are just fucking chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Aaron Long rumors have died down, but those were not that long ago. We were talking less than a month ago that it was rumored he was gone too.
I don't know. I mean, I think what they're saying, we're going to compete for CCL this year. With who? You have a weaker roster than you did last year. Who are you going to compete with CCL with? I mean, come on.
Yeah. It's tough enough when you're doing CCL during preseason. That's hard enough, and now you're going to be missing, quite possibly missing, important players.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this move hasn't been made official, but it's not looking great right now.
Yeah. And I will say, if they're intending to sell him in the summer, don't wait. Just get rid of him now. I will say
right.
that.
Yeah, unless there's some star coming in at the same exact time, which I don't think anybody's thinking right now. That's not happening.
No. And even the biggest of stars, it's always a toss-up. It can be Wayne Rooney, or it can be, Thierry Henry. It took a season a half season to get going.
Right. Oh, yeah. Sure.
I mean, the last big 3 players we brought in was Henry, Marquez, and Cahill, and all 3 of them took at least 6 months to get going.
Yeah.
And Marquez never really did, but
yeah.
Well, he got going stepping on people. He did that.
True. He got going to the red card department.
He got throwing a ball at Landon Donovan.
Speaking of, it's a real shame that we didn't grab Landon Donovan, that he went and signed with a major indoor league team.
Yeah, I mean, does he have a cocaine problem? Does Landon Donovan?
No, who does he owe money to?
Yeah, he needs some money. Do we need to start a GoFundMe for Landon Donovan?
So
I'll tell you what. If I was offered to play in San Diego, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
San Diego in the indoors.
Yes.
I might take a look at it.
With hockey boards.
Oh, I hope so.
That's all right. If you say indoors in Nebraska, I'd be like, no, hard pass. But San Diego.
Yeah.
So
make me any offer to do anything in San Diego. I'm in.
Quick side jag. The San Diego Sockers, which Sockers, by the way, is how they spell that.
Cool.
Yeah. Major Arena Soccer League, which is indoor soccer on a non-standard hockey rink. I say not standard because they allow some people or some facilities to go big. How do I know this? Because I actually watched some of it. And that's how I found out Dwayne De Rosario was playing in the league as well.
I did know that for some reason.
Because I told you guys about it.
Oh, did you tell us about it a while ago?
Yeah, the
Okay.
first, I guess the first game that they were playing
Okay,
was
that's
against
right.
the Baltimore team, and that's what I was watching. And I was like, holy shit, Dwayne DiRosario is still around, and he's playing indoor.
Mm. Oh boy.
Can't kick the habit, man.
Yep.
And in arena soccer, you get to play in shifts, so you're not playing the whole game either. Anyway, so yeah, it looks like we're gonna just get rid of good players and not really put anybody in their place.
Yeah, why replace them?
I hope the academy does well.
Yeah.
Because hashtag trust the system.
The good news is that Riley Ray Phillips is only like 25 years old, so he'll be around for another like 5 7.
True.
Yeah, he's still young. He's fine. Yeah.
Maybe 10 if he's healthy.
And all those quality depth forwards we have behind him, so we're good.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, as you know, modern soccer logic does dictate that if somebody is off in a big game, they only get better in their mid-30s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, they got to peak at some point.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go over the rest of the offseason moves. Players in since our last episode is only 2, technically.
Yeah.
One we talked about was Rizza. He came from Salzburg on a free transfer, which is one of the first times being a Red Bull team actually helped us out. And then the second one, signing John Christ. I think I just didn't put the R. John
Christoph Coffey.
Okay. John Christoph Coffey. He signs the Hungary contract.
Jay, you forgot about the dynamite pickup we got off of Philadelphia Union scrap heap, Marcus Epps.
No, I think we talked. They were before the last episode, so I didn't include them.
Oh, okay.
Well, we gave them a Ridley and Collins, apparently, so.
Yeah.
Fair swap.
And then somehow we had 7 draft picks?
The fact that we
have a stockpile of draft picks.
The fact that we have a stockpile of draft picks again just goes to show you where this team's mind is at.
And how unimportant the draft is, because I think like for a good part of the third round, nobody was taking draft picks.
Exactly. We traded allocation money. The stuff they give to stingy teams. The league gives teams money, say, please, for the love of God, sign talent. Please. And we traded it for a draft pick.
Yeah.
I'm not reading off all these names because I'm going to butcher some of them, and I'm not doing that early.
Here, I'll settle it for you. Yeah, I'll settle it for you. Go watch USL 2 to watch them next year.
Yeah.
Not even US.
And then elsewhere.
Wait, hold on. Are we in the USL Championship
Yeah.
or in USL 2?
Whatever it is.
Okay. I was like, when did the Red Bull get demoted in the USL?
Whatever Tier 2 USL is.
Okay. But, so we had 7 draft picks, at least 3 defenders. I just stopped caring about positions when I got to the 4th round, apparently. I didn't write them down in the agenda.
They're probably not even real.
One's from Princeton.
Sean McSherry, that's not a real name.
So, at least 3 defenders, a forward, a goalkeeper, when we already have 3 goalkeepers on the roster. So, yeah, these are USL guys, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Super pumped.
But the Red Bulls only put out videos for the top 2, so we know who is maybe making the MLS roster, and they get them loaned down.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we need is a reserve team. We need a reserve to the reserve team so all those guys can play.
Yeah, whatever the bottom USL league, I think only has 10 teams, so let's make a new team.
Oh, yeah, Red Bull trains.
NPSL. Let them play in the NPSL. So, guess what? That's it for the off-season moves.
Yay!
Wow, there was so much going on.
I know, right?
Yep, we're going to win MLS Cup, baby!
All right, we can go home. This has been a long episode.
This is the year.
All right. Real quick, I roll all these preseason games down. Fuck it. I don't really care. I'm not reading all of them.
Who cares, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in that we're in one of those
There's
cups again.
the Mobile Mini Sun Cup, because these preseason tournaments have to have at least 3 names now. More importantly, there's 8 preseason games, and I guarantee you no starter is playing after the 4th one.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, there's Champions League coming up, so they definitely will be.
Champions League starts February 19th at Atletico. I'm gonna fuck that up. Atletico Pantoja.
Pantoja?
Pantoja. Thank you. You're our new Caribbean and South American correspondent, because Caribbean and Central American, because you can actually say names.
And he's been there like once or twice. So
yeah, he has.
This is true.
So they're playing away on February 19th, at home on the 27th. MLS, the season opener is March 2nd at the Columbus Crew. Home opener March 16th versus San Jose. I plan to be there, and I know you guys are. Well, I expect you guys are, since you bought tickets.
Yeah, might as well.
I better be there.
Other notable games: first game against FC Cincinnati, April 27th at home.
Woo!
Apparently, I apparently missed the fact that we're not playing 3 games against teams this year now because of Cincinnati.
Yeah, so let's talk about it, Shane. Let's talk about the new way they put the new SOL out, and that is you're back to just two games against every team in your conference, and then 1 game from a team in the other conference. And I'm super pumped. I'm really happy about this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's good that they're going back to the schedule. I think it makes more sense when playing your rivals that you only play them twice. Yeah, so I'm definitely happy where we have enough teams that we can get back to that.
And they're going to fuck it up as soon as they let other teams into the league.
Oh, we'll have now.
So Atlanta facing them at home on May 19th, on the road July 7th. New York NYCFC at home on July 14th, on the road August 24th. DC United away on August 21st, which is a Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Rivalry week.
Seriously, because we get 2 games against rivals in the same week.
Rivalry week.
And then September 27th in the home finale. And the season finale is October 6th away to Montreal.
Cool.
I'm not going to the whole schedule.
And hopefully nothing's set in stone yet. But I'm hoping the game on July 27th is going to be a very big game for Red Bulls fans.
Let's hope so.
What could be going on?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Hopefully something very cool is going on that day. We'll see. Nothing confirmed.
All right. On to dumping ground. So, first, Anatol Abana has been arrested for marijuana possession.
Good for him.
Yep. So he's not playing on this team anymore, and he may be kicked out of the country as a result.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, we'll find out more when the government reopens, but
yeah.
At least that part of the government reopens, I should say. We're going to skip Sky Blue. We're going to come back to that in a second. Red Bull Arena is hosting 2 international matches in March. On the 22nd, Paraguay versus Peru. On the 22nd, Honduras versus Ecuador, for anybody that is interested in going.
Enjoy.
Yep.
You can see Kaku.
You can.
You can see Kaku on the 22nd.
And possibly his last game at RBA.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll go well.
Yeah.
Josie Altidore well.
Yeah, right. Apparently, Josie Altidore might be on his way out of Toronto. You think he'll make a homecoming?
Yeah.
God. All right, so Sky Blue FC. It's amazing how it's only January and they are already fucking their season up.
Yep.
So all the shit from last year is still hanging around their necks with the player complaints, the shitty, housing stuff, the locker rooms, all that crap. So Sky Blue gets 2 first-round picks this year in the draft, right? So thinking that's good. That's good for them. They're worst team in the league last year. They get some good picks. Except their number 2 pick, Haley Mace, indicated before the draft that she would not report to Sky Blue FC if picked, and the team picked them anyway.
And now she's in Australia.
Yep. And yet the team is still trying to say that they're trying to work it out, and they think once they show her some stuff, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then the number 6 overall pick, Julia Ashley, hasn't signed yet. Although I think there are signs that may change, but still. Your top 2 draft picks have not signed for you, and one of them actively searched for a different team and found one.
Well, no, Ashley, she's in Sweden. They're both out.
Oh, they're both. Oh, I didn't realize Ashley was at. I remember. So the funny thing about Mace was she signed Australia. When I read the comments for that one, they had like maybe a few weeks left in their season.
Yeah.
But she signed with a team that was going to be out of season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Despite Phil Murphy calling Julia Ashley personally, she went off to Sweden.
Yeah.
Man, that's when you know it's bad, when you want to go to Sweden.
Yeah. I hear it's nice.
Sure, but you know
that
that's
better.
Hell.
But, it's talking about this team is admittedly in a slippery slope because it's owned by the governor of New Jersey. If you want to know my feelings about that, just look at my Twitter. It's an absolute disaster. I mean, I forget where I read the article today, but somebody, I guess they quote unquote remedied the no shower situation by bussing in a trailer outside their practice field, and it looked like a dumpy ass RV. And they're trying to tell these 2 picks that, oh no, we're remedying everything, but all the words that's come out is they haven't remedied anything yet in terms of housing, in terms of I can't remember everything right now, but it's an absolute disgrace. I don't know why Murphy doesn't just unload the team if he doesn't care about it, because clearly he doesn't. He's a very wealthy man, but he clearly doesn't care about this team. And I just want to say I saw some people like, oh, I want the Red Bulls, like some Sky Blue fans saying, I want the Red Bulls to sign them. No, you don't. I mean, it makes sense. It makes so much sense on paper. But considering how tight they are with the wallet with the Red Bulls, do you really think it's going to get much better with Sky Blue if they were Red Bull Woman FC or whatever? I'm not so sure you want the Red Bulls buying this team.
Like I said last year, the best option in the area is New York City FC because their owners have experience with women's teams.
Yeah, but they don't have a stadium, I mean, maybe they could put them in Colombia, but I don't know.
I mean, you can work something out. It's not like they need a stadium right this minute. I mean, most of the teams in NWSL don't have their own stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That part's not the problem. You just need a competent ownership group. And like I said, and CFG, for as much as people like to – sorry, not CFG.
Yes, CFG, City Football Group.
Oh, I was thinking Chelsea Football Group, but I said CFG. Anyway, CFG, for as much as people complain about things, they own the Manchester City women. They own the, I think, Melbourne City women's team or something like that. Like, They have experience with the women's game. It's just saying there is a clear lineage of women's soccer in that organization already. Mm-hmm. That if NWSL wanted to save a New York, New Jersey franchise, they should be courting them.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a bad idea. It's just, again, they can't get their men's team out of a bad stadium situation. I'm not sure. I mean, again, Columbia is good. I think they have a pretty decent field up there. They could be an option. Keeping them at Rutgers is clearly not a long-term solution.
There's no real one of the biggest problems is public transit. Right? Yeah. You have to go across the river to New Brunswick for the train and then maybe catch a shuttle. Like, I don't even know if there's a shuttle across the river for that.
Yeah. Highly unlikely they're running shuttles for Sky Blue games.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Highly.
Everything you've heard about this thing, you really like. Maybe they have like a guy on horseback. They're like, going to the Sky Blue.
Well, I was thinking Rutgers maybe running it and just happen to catch it.
Hop on board. We'll be there about round yonder.
I want it to be like a carriage and a horse, just flip-flopping its way through the run.
Got a corncob pipe in his hat, in his mouth. Like, you better watch out for the pigs, they bite.
All right, so There's a question from one of our listeners, but do you guys have anything else first before we get to that?
Nope.
No, I have something, but go ahead. Throw out the question, and I'll throw my last thing in.
So I should have read this earlier, but I didn't think about it. Jeremiah at Red Coach J asks us, what do you think of the central midfield situation in light of Rizza being back, which we kind of talked about? With the options we have, do you think we're all set, or do you have concerns? I think Kaku leaving is the biggest concern.
Yeah. I mean, it's if Kaku stays and he's happy, it's better than it was yesterday. You know, I Christian Caceres, for all the hype around the kid, I did not like entrusting Tyler Adams' duties to him. Rizza, not as good as Adams, but still very serviceable, very good. I think he'll do a fine job there. If we lose Kaku, we got problems. We got problems, especially with the giant hole at the right wing. But the Adams, the Davis Rizza duo does give me not hope for a great season, but at least hope that they'll be fine.
Well, don't forget 7 playoff spots, so you got to get into one of those.
Yeah,
7 playoff spots.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily think this team is going to be bad enough to miss the playoffs. I mean, we don't care about that anymore. We want the MLS Cup, and this team they just don't want to do that, I guess.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Again, you don't want to be better than less than 50% of the teams in your conference. So,
yeah,
right. Yeah, they can do that. I believe.
All right, Truman, what do you want to add?
All right, one more thing. Bit of enormous news. It's pretty ground shaking. I don't know if you guys follow the mighty team that is Salford FC. If you know anything about Salford, they are owned by Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes, and I think Phil Neville, is an owner. All these Manchester United legends.
All right.
I don't know if there's right?
Yeah, yes. And there's a really cool Netflix documentary about it if you haven't watched it. I'm sure I've mentioned it before on the show. But guys, huge breaking news. They now have another co-owner.
I think I saw this. I think I know who that is.
Jay, do you know who their new co-owner is?
I'm looking at their thing right now, so
he's cheating.
Oh, you're cheating.
No, I was trying to make sure I knew which team it was, and when I opened the Wikipedia page, I saw it, so I know what's going on. I wasn't trying to cheat.
New co-owner, David Beckham. I'm calling a conflict of interest here, guys. Conflict of interest.
Yeah. Miami FC is going to be a feeder for that team.
I wish. Listen, if you've never watched the documentary, the miniseries, go watch it. Their stadium is not even bigger than your local high school football field.
Nice.
There are literally stadiums in Texas that are bigger for high school.
Oh, yeah.
They had a guy on there named Rooney, and I was convinced it was John Rooney because I was like, who else could it be? Alas, it is not.
Aw, disappointing.
Yeah, kind of bummed.
All right.
Aside from that, it's January. There's nothing fucking going on.
Terrible team of the offseason?
Besides us? I don't know. I look at other teams making moves, and us just really not. Whoever the team is, and I'm driving in my car, who recently lost to Manchester City like 10-0. Give it to them. I don't know.
FA Cup?
Yes, I believe it was.
Perfect.
It was like 10-0. Okay, so whoever that was, there you go.
They beat Burton 9-0 in the first leg of the Football League Cup semifinal.
There you go.
Yep, 9-0, and then I think
And then they beat them 1-0 in the second leg for a combined 10-0 aggregate win.
Yeah, because I think what we did for that second leg is they just played a bunch of 16-year-olds.
I mean,
the
they
players
could
just
get
hand their
away
kids
with it.
out there and play the half.
They literally could get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Great.
All right. So
There you go. There's a bad thing.
actually, real quick, if you guys didn't notice it in the feed, you should go back and listen. Pat, so last week Sunday, the 13th of January was 7 years ago. So the 13th of 2012 was our first ever episode when we got it released. Pat decided to sit down and listen to the whole thing and do a commentary on it. So it's on YouTube, and I also put it in the feed, so that way you can hear the actual show when he's not talking.
Yeah. So if you have no life, if you're very lonely and have no life, check that out.
Well, and here's the thing: I did my own commentary. I just haven't released it yet because I didn't want to do two of them on the same week. So that's going to become next week, and I'm naming those Red Bull Rant Rewind in case we decide to do any more of them. So, but it is interesting, especially when we're talking about the voicemails and how we were going to censor people, but it's just and the honest 20-minute discussion that was probably like 40 minutes actuality on the schedule.
Yeah, we cut out a lot
because I think I went on some NBC sports tangent and then we cut a lot of.
Oh, we went on so many tangents that first hour.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We don't cut anything. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
We also noted not to go on too many long tangents.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words before we wrap up?
Yeah, fuck the Patriots. I'm going to yell it out the car because I'm in that. I'm going to yell it. Hey!
Yeah, that came through clean.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Fuck the Patriots.
Go Rams.
And fuck the apparent new Jets jersey and logo.
If that's real, which we don't know. We'll do that on a couple weeks on Jets Rant, though.
Yeah, Jets Rant. Right, there you go.
You know what? Given that the Jets hired a guy that got ran into the Dolphins for being a sub-500 head coach, I don't trust anything this front office does right now.
And he looks insane.
No.
He does.
It was crazy. Laser both sides.
Crazy floating eyes. Like if you could, somehow you can pull off both at once.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna walk into the practice field one day and he's just gonna be eating like a raw pig. He's like, hey, it's what keeps me going. Like, holy shit.
All right, so to wrap up, patreon.com/rebelrant, $1 a month. All you need for the exclusive content. It's our monthly wrap-ups, which we'll probably get back to doing either in February or March, depending on how the CCL goes.
Yes.
Email us redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to call us, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/redbullrant. I swear I'm going to start posting on that this year. Twitter @RedBullRant for the show. Dr. Stooch for myself. PMACDA2 for Pat. The Truman for Truman. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, anywhere you can find a podcast. Very last words before we get out of here.
Brady, fuck Bill Belichick. Fuck Gronk. The only people I like on the Patriots are the McCourty twins, and I don't even want them to win a championship. I hate this area. They all burn in hell. Goodbye.
Fuck Edelman for being a Wayne Corbett with more rings.
Yes.
Yeah, hell them too.
Yeah, suck it, New England.
All right, so for Pat, Truman, and myself, this has been episode number 295 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, go Red Bulls.
Bye-bye.
Lates.